I welcome everyone to the review of the new 60th episode of our favorite series from Da Fuck Boom. We're going to see a lot of interesting things in it, so let's not drag it out and get right to the review. Episode 60 begins with two cameramen sitting on the roof of a building, watching the skibidists. It's worth noting that they are at the airport, and in general, it seems to me that the location is very close to the place where the battle took place in episode 57. Let's pay attention to the description of the 60th series, because we will discuss it later. By the way, we last saw a similar gathering of skibidists, during which they discussed certain actions in the battle against the Alliance, in episode 17. So this reference is very interesting for true fans of the series. So, we see Warping Astro Skibidi Toilet arrive at GMAN Toilet and they start having a certain argument. In my opinion, it is connected with the failure of GMAN Toilet in episode 57, where he was seriously damaged and failed to prevent Speakerman Titan from returning to the Alliance. We can see that Warping Astro Skibidi Toilet is telling GMAN Toilet off for this failure. And GMAN Toilet looks away as he has nothing to say. At the end of this, I would say, quarrel, we see for the first time how a serious conflict occurs among the skibidists, where the enraged GMAN Toilet is already starting to turn on his lasers in order to either scare Warping Astro Skibidi Toilet or destroy him. But then, unexpectedly, a new character, Astro Detainer Skibidi Toilet, appears and stops GMAN Toilet. By the way, this thing that we see on GMAN Toilet's head is what we saw in the sneak peek for episode 60. I, like most people, assumed that it was some kind of element to improve GMAN Toilet's abilities, and could not even guess how dramatically things would develop. And as we can see, GMAN Toilet is already at risk, and Astro Toilets is quite serious about destroying him. But in time, Skibidi Scientist comes to his rescue, having grown to the size of a Titan, and apparently taking parts from Cinemaman, after the battle where Cinemaman was seriously injured. Seriously pissed off Astro Skibidis decide to temporarily withdraw. But I don't know if GMAN Toilet can feel safe even among allies. And then we see that GMAN is grateful to Skibidi Scientist for his rescue. But unfortunately, our secret agents were noticed, and they were destroyed by a powerful laser from Skibidi Scientist after successfully completing their work. But after their destruction, the series doesn't end, and we see that the events were followed all the time from the large TV man's monitor. The Alliance, having found out the necessary information, is serious about fighting skibidists. So, friends, after finishing this very interesting series, let's move on to discuss some conclusions and theories about future series. Today we finally received an answer to the question of how TV-mans were aware of all the events, and could come to the aid of their comrades in arms from the Alliance in time. I assume that all this time they could have been watching the battle from the cameras of ordinary cameramen, and come to their aid in case of emergency. Also, in the episode where the glitch Skibidi Toilet was destroyed, I think they saw that it was time to destroy it and they sent TV Woman to do it. TV men are an extremely intelligent race, so it doesn't surprise me that we can learn about some other interesting things that we may not even know about. Also worth noting is the return of the large TV man, who I believe is the one who can destroy the Astro UFO Skibidi Toilet, similar to how the glitch Skibidi Toilet was destroyed. Unfortunately, we did not see the return of Cinemaman in this episode. After all, its repair took more time than we all expected. I think we will be able to see him in battle only starting from episode 65. The conflict in the Skibidists' ranks shows that things are not going well. Against the backdrop of their recent defeats, their trust in each other is crumbling, and today's actions by Astro Skibidists towards GMAN Toilet have led me to an interesting thought. All the time after episode 57, when we thought that there might be a traitor among the Alliance, we didn't think about the Skibidists. Some of the Skibidists may now suspect GMAN Toilet of being a traitor, since he led the cameramen to give all the information we saw in this episode to the Alliance. The situation is becoming increasingly risky for the Skibidists, as we don't see Skibidists strong enough to overcome the Titans of the Alliance. And on top of that, there is the situation with internal conflicts. Also, the prefix Astro may mean that these Skibidists came to Earth from other planets, and they are the main ones, not bosses like GMAN Toilet. The current appearance of the Skibidi Scientist shows that Skibidists can easily adapt and use weapons and improvements that previously belonged to the Alliance. He has attached a pair of speakers from Cinemaman, but that's not all. How does he get to be the size of a Titan? Can you really upgrade yourself to the point where you're just huge? Or was one of the Alliance's developments stolen and the size of the Titans is easily achieved by using some devices? With this development, we may yet see Skibidis try to make a comeback and regain their lost ground. How well they will succeed is a good question, but judging by the fact that today we have discovered a new race, Astro-Skibidists, and we have seen how skillfully skibidi scientists can adapt to realities and invent some new things, I think that Skibidists will at least try to fight. Since the Skibidists are standing alone against three races, namely cameramen, speakermen, and TV men, Skibidists need support. In my opinion, the situation can be remedied by the emergence of either a new race, or if one of the three races of the Alliance betrays their comrades and goes over to the Skibidists. It's worth mentioning the appearance of the inscription Betrayal on the big screen in the first part of episode 57, at the moment of the fight between Cameraman Titan and Speakerman Titan. This inscription may also mean not the betrayal of a single character as it was previously thought, but that the conditional speakermen will betray their fellows. In my opinion, the easiest target for Skibidists at the moment is the speakerman race. Yes, they have the speakerman Titan back, who is very strong. But there is one big problem. In my opinion, while speakerman Titan was infected with a parasite, skibidi scientist could have inserted a bug into him in order to monitor his location. At the moment, speakermen are only at the recovery stage and are quite small in number. Skibidists will be able to try to go all in and attack the speakerman's base. Without significant support from the cameramen, I think it will be very difficult for speakermen to withstand the large number of enemies among the Skibidists. In my opinion, plunger cameramen will get robotic prostheses, or something like the suit we saw on Cameraman in one of the episodes. But it's also worth mentioning that in the episode where TV Woman returned, the Alliance managed to stop Glitch Skibidi Toilet. And they stopped him, not destroyed him. Glitch Skibidi Toilet was stopped using a stun dart. I believe he was teleported to the Alliance base for further research. Therefore, it is quite possible that in one of the episodes we will be able to see Plunger Cameraman or another Simp Cameraman with the skills of fast movement and teleportation, like Glitch Skibidi Toilet. Or he will simply be made into one of the new Titans to thank him for the sacrifice and dedication with which he defended his Alliance comrades. My next thought is that the whole series by Dafuk Boom is coming to its logical conclusion. Judge for yourself, Cameraman Titan looks insurmountable for any of the skibidi bosses we've seen before. Speakerman Titan has returned to the side of the Alliance and is also a very strong opponent for Skibidists. Recent battles have shown that the same GMAN toilet is not able to resist Cameraman Titan at all, and he did not even receive any significant damage. In episode 59, we saw the appearance of a new boss, Dual Laser Launcher Skibidi Toilet, which was very easily destroyed by the duo of Speakerman Titan and Cameraman Titan. It's hard for me to imagine what can really turn the tide on the battlefield. And if we also remember that Cinema Man is not actively participating in the battles at the moment, the situation for Skibidists looks very bad. Perhaps the total number of episodes will reach 70 so that we can see most of the interesting characters. But I don't think Dafuk Boom will be able to stretch the series to at least 100 episodes. Write your opinion in the comments. And since we are talking about betrayal, I will put forward my opinion that Simp Cameraman may be a traitor. It turned out to be a bad situation when we were never shown whether he was taken from the battlefield wounded or left there. If they left him, it is theoretically possible that he was taken away by Skibidists. Therefore, in the next episodes, we can see him as a completely new character, with a new character, new skills, and most importantly, with a desire for revenge against his former cameraman comrades. He may be given different tasks, one of which may be to free Glitch Skibidi Toilet, but I think his personal main goal will be to destroy TV Woman. I don't think that even if my theory is confirmed, Simp Cameraman as a traitor will be able to significantly affect the course of the battle. But it will definitely add some interest to the series, and as a result, some interesting plot developments with some characters may come out. Further, I have no idea who else could be a traitor because I've already given my opinion about the character and the race. And all we have to do is follow the development of events.